ChatGPT versus Celonis in process mining. Who would win? Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to showcase some interesting findings I have made by using ChatGPT Code Interpreter to conduct a process mining analysis. The reason that I am making this video is that I came across an interesting article published on the website of Celonis, where the possibilities of combining ChatGPT with Celonis were elaborated upon. This article was published in March 2023. One of the statements in this article reads as follows. What do ChatGPT and large language models, LLM, lack? Knowledge. Kong Yu, Vice President of Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Knowledge at Celonis, said publicly available LLMs don't have the process knowledge and the business knowledge that we alone as Celonis have. He elaborated. We deeply understand all this structured data sitting inside of our clients' data and operational systems. So the key thing for us is to combine the structured process knowledge with the capability of large language models and put them together for much greater impact. Well, reading this article in August 2023, I wondered, this statement was made before the release of the ChatGPT Code Interpreter in July 2023. This upgrade to ChatGPT makes it possible to analyze data. It is truly enhancing the way that I approach data-related questions, and boy, is it fantastic. So I started to wonder, what happens if I ask the ChatGPT Code Interpreter to conduct a process mining analysis? I decided to put it to the test and found out that ChatGPT can conduct a complete process mining analysis. Let's see how it's done. The file that I will be using for process mining is obtained from a project on GitHub written by C3D3 called Process Mining with Python Tutorial, a healthcare application. Let's open it in Google Sheets. You can see it has all the features of a typical event log. It contains a column with the unique patient ID, the activity name, and a timestamp. Furthermore, it provides us information about the resource. In this particular case, the healthcare provider involved in providing the activity. When uploading this file into Celonis, it's going to look something like this. As you can see, it describes a process of a small healthcare clinic. We see a first consultation, followed by a couple of diagnostic tests, followed by a second consultation. Then we see some kind of medical intervention, and finally a final consult. As you can see, there is another medical intervention, namely the surgery, that happens in a minority of the cases. Celonis offers different ways of looking at the process map. In this case, I'm using a directly follows graph. Here you can see another example of a directly follows graph in the Celonis interface. And here you can see that we are using the so-called inductive miner in Celonis. All right, now let's see how this compares to our process mining analysis in ChatGPT. So far, I have discovered two ways by which we can make process mining work in ChatGPT. The first method is fairly simple. The second method appears to be a little bit more complicated. Let's start with a simple method first. All right, this is my ChatGPT interface, and I need to make sure that I'm using ChatGPT 4 which is the paid version of ChatGPT. Next, I will go over here, click on Settings and Beta. And here I click on Code Interpreter. Now in my chat interface, I will click over here and select Code Interpreter. As you can see, it now has an extra button where I can upload a file. Okay, so I have uploaded the healthcare clinic dataset. My first command was, please consider that this is an event log and conduct a process mining analysis on it to discover a process. Here you can see that ChatGPT provided me with a mini lecture on process mining. If I scroll down, I can see that it has already correctly identified the relevant columns for our event log. ChatGPT tells me that it can conduct a process mining algorithm called the alpha algorithm. This is actually the first working process mining algorithm created by the process mining community. So it would make sense that ChatGPT has learned this algorithm by reading the literature. The alpha algorithm, also known as the alpha miner, is also the basis for many of the more advanced process mining algorithms that a tool such as Celonis uses nowadays. Here you can see that it has highlighted all the possible activities in our event log. At any time, we can check out the Python code. Here we can see our first hiccup, an error, module not found. ChatGPT has tried to deploy a library called PM4Py, which stands for Process Mining for Python. However, ChatGPT has found that this library is not available in its native environment. A library is a collection of modules and functions for specific tasks that we can execute in the programming language Python. Let's find out some more information about this free, open source Python library dedicated to process mining. I see here a video of Sebastian van Zelst introducing the PM4Py library. This video dates from 2019, so this library has been around for a while. So ChatGPT knows that such a library exists, but does not have access to it. It offers instead to conduct the more simple alpha miner algorithm. I tell it to proceed. Now you can see that it breaks down all the individual steps required for the alpha algorithm. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a process map created by ChatGPT. Isn't that cool? We can see again, it follows the same structure that we have discovered in Celonis, with the first consultation over here, a bunch of diagnostic tests over here, a second consultation, two different medical interventions, and a final consultation. Here it provides me with some explanation as to how to interpret this graph. Next, I asked it a typical process mining question. What is the average total throughput time of this process? Check out the answer. The average total throughput time is approximately 9 days and 13 hours. Here I ask, where in this process are the waiting times between activities the longest? Let's compare this result with Celonis again. As you can see, if we use the total throughput calculator, we get the exact same result as we had in our ChatGPT interface, namely 9.5 days. Hi there. If you're watching this video, it means that you're interested in learning how to scale process mining. In order to be able to scale process mining, we have to engage in multiple domains of expertise, knowledge, and know-how. Process management, data science, information technology, automation technology, change management. And that's without even considering process mining as a discipline on its own. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here, and it might seem a little overwhelming at first glance. But don't worry, we've got you covered. We have compiled a cheat sheet on how to scale process mining. In 15 minutes, this document will provide you with a high-level understanding of the 10 key components needed to scale process mining. And we're giving it to you for free. All you have to do is click on the link in the description of this video and claim your cheat sheet. Great. Now let's continue your journey to learn how to scale process mining. Great. That was the simple way to conduct process mining with ChatGPT. However, I found myself going back to the comment by ChatGPT where it told me that I can't do certain process mining analytics because ChatGPT doesn't have the PM4Py library. So I Googled, can I upload a Python library in ChatGPT? This brought me to a page on Stack Overflow where a user called Korakot provided me with a possible solution. I tried implementing the steps, namely uploading the PM4Py library as a wheel file in ChatGPT and telling it to unzip to a specific location. The first attempt was not successful because the PM4Py library had some dependencies on other Python packages that were also not available within the native ChatGPT environment. Luckily, ChatGPT gave me an exact list of all the packages that were still missing. I could then easily download these from the Python package index website. And proceed to upload them into ChatGPT one by one. After a bunch of technical maneuvers, ChatGPT finally managed to install PM4Py. Next, I uploaded the dataset again. When executing the PM4Py library on this dataset, ChatGPT ran into a lot of errors. It was very interesting to see how it tried to solve the errors or try to find alternatives and workarounds. Finally, it started to provide some process mining analytics. Next, I asked it to make a process map using a visualization. Here it became clear that it could not execute most of the visualizations as included in the PM4Py library. However, it fell back on the good old trusty alpha miner and still produced a visualization. Next, I asked to create a Petri net. This also didn't go without any issues, but after some attempts, ChatGPT, enhanced by the imported PM4Py library, provided a PetriNet visualization. Wow, isn't that interesting? Check it out. We can still see the first consultation over here, the diagnostic tests over here, the second consultation over here, the medical interventions over here, and a final consult at the end. Next, I asked it to make a summary of all the technical adjustments and workarounds that it had to make, so I can use that summary as input for the next time that I want to conduct a process mining analysis with ChatGPT. This text I will save for future similar use cases. Finally, I decided to ask ChatGPT to write a textual, data-driven description of this process, and it did so beautifully. Well, what an amazing, eye-opening experience that was. I find myself going back to the March 2023 article from Celonis and realize that between March 2023 and August 2023, process mining through using ChatGPT is no longer a futuristic idea. It is already a fact. This video proves it. Of course, it's not perfect. The alpha miner is rather limited in its capabilities, and I'm still figuring out how to truly leverage the PM4Pi library within the ChatGPT environment, because we saw that many of the PM4Pi features were not successfully deployed yet. But the fact remains that the concept has been proven. ChatGPT can do process mining. Interestingly, one of the main forces behind the PM4Pi library, Sebastian van Zelst, has been appointed to the function Team Leader Process Mining Innovation at Celonis. We are all optimistic that in the near future, the process mining industry will work hard towards integrating process mining with large language models. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video introducing a new dimension to process mining. Check out the links in the description of this video to read the full chat. Stay innovative, and thanks for watching. Hi there. We have compiled a cheat sheet on how to scale process mining. In 15 minutes, this document will provide you with a high-level understanding of the 10 key components needed to scale process mining. And we're giving it to you for free. All you have to do is click on the link in the description of this video and claim your cheat sheet.